Speaking from personal experience, some of the hardest places to decorate are the shelves in our home. We tend to put lots of things on them and then we wonder, why don't they look styled? Well, there are a few designer tricks to styling shelves. And Amity got a lesson from lucky home designer Lisa Huffer.
Okay, bookshelves. These, to me, are some of the hardest things to decorate. And the Christmas time, it's great because I put lots of Christmas stuff, but just during the regular time of year, it just looks messy. So I'm really excited that you're gonna kind of tell us how to build a bookshelf design vignette.
Exactly, and we get so many customers in asking the same thing, whether it's built-ins or a standalone bookshelf like this. Right now, we kind of have it set up very neutral. So as we look at the shelves, especially the first couple ones, we just see different heights, different materials. Books are terrific, either real ones or these are they're real books, but they're kind of bound together for just impact. Beads that we talked about before, different textures kind of woven throughout.
So glass, wood, all the textures. So what is the biggest mistake people make when they start building their bookcase?
Probably the biggest mistake is they put a lot of little things on their shelves and nothing really catches your eye. So I just always suggest buy less but bigger things and create small vignettes on each shelf.
Is there kind of a rule to making a vignette? I noticed here at Lucky Home, things are either in threes or just kind of off center, like there's 2 here, but there's like 4 here. Is that a rule?
I suppose there is kind of a rule, but I just like to have a little bit break for your eye, so it's not just all together, and so even things at an angle create that. Everything is kind of tilted with a little separation.
I love that. So if something doesn't look quite right, maybe try to put it at an angle.
If it doesn't look quite right, maybe add a little riser under something to lift it up a little bit. So that kind of gives you your basic backdrop for year-round.
For year-round, but obviously spring has sprung, and we want to, let's say, add a little bit of color. How do you do that without changing out the whole thing? Because no one can afford it.
No, so you leave pretty much everything you have that's just everyday merchandise, and you might want to pick a few colors that you're interested in to draw from. And so today we kind of picked like sunshine yellow and a bright pop of orange. So we'll just kind of start building our shelf and making it just a little bit more spring-like.
I love it.
So that kind of is a great focal point, and you look at that shelf and it looks complete. And
this is fun because I know that this is kind of what you're doing with our set on New Day Northwest. It's kind of got its baseline, but you brought in this bright pop of yellow tulips that really adds such pizzazz, is what it is. What else have you got?
Well, then we might want to add like a little touch of whimsy. Now this is just a teeny little wreath, but let's take our candle here and just pop it on top, and then you've got some beautiful white flowers.
That's super simple.
Yeah, super cute. We have, birds we use for everything around here, and so we can just tuck this little guy. We wanted to add a little bit orange for the spring too, so that fits in perfectly right there.
So it's okay to mix the orange and the yellow, and it doesn't have to be monochromatic. It's one pop of color.
Or it's a couple, but they're going to be represented on the shelves in almost like a serpentine fashion. You'll see a little yellow. I think there's some orange tulips right behind you if you want to hand me.
Flowers.
So we're going to add a little orange up here because this is all black and neutral. Now we've added a touch of orange that ties in with the orange down here.
I see what you've done here. All right, I have some more over here. What about these beautiful daffodils?
So those are pretty, and they kind of are a softer yellow, almost a kind of off-white, but they are going to tuck in right here in that cute vase.
That's very nice.
We've already have this seasonal green that works perfectly.
So another part of finding kind of the base stuff is buying vases and things that can add by putting different flowers in.
Definitely.
Keeping that in mind.
Or buying vases you just love. And often I'll walk around the store with customers, just what are you drawn to, what do you love? And then we can pull it all together, and we do so much of that.
So when someone says to you, Lisa, I've got this bookshelf, what do? Do you go to their house?
I do. I do a lot of in-home consultation, and often just literally almost load up my car with accessories to take to their home to do their bookshelves.
Okay, that sounds like
it's
a lot
super
of fun.
And usually I'll have the client walk away for a little bit, do their whole shelves, and they walk back in the room, and then they can pick and choose what they actually want to purchase.
That is so much fun.
It's really fun.
It's stylish for your bookshelves. One thing though that I don't think we've addressed yet is kind of the personal touches, the family photos. I know that I've got a few awards on my bookshelf that I'd like to keep there. How do you incorporate that with this classy look?
So let's add like a few frames.
Okay, there's frames
and
over
we
here.
sell
I got
all
the
kinds
frames.
of frames in the store, but
All right.
often people have their own. So what you'd want to do, instead of lining up one whole shelf with pictures of family, you're going to want to try to tuck them into what you already have going on.
So just
And it
intersperse.
just is a classier way to do it. For this one, maybe we can kind of tuck him back here. If you have awards or anything, just create almost, like I said earlier, simple little
Could
vignettes.
you perhaps swap out, the white vase for an award, or would that
Sure,
look weird?
if you had an award or a trophy that you wanted to sit there, you could. You just want to soften it up so you maybe have a little greenery around it so it's just not so harsh.
One more thing I forgot is this yellow ball. We have this on set too, and I love this thing. It looks like a pollen attack, but it's not real. Why is something like this so important?
Well, again, because you want to just kind of repeat the color on all the shelves a little bit everywhere. So we can just tuck him in here. You can add him to that ball. So it just creates a little grouping. And then we kind of put this together earlier, but just a basket representing the oranges, greens, and yellow can be kind of tucked down here on the shelf. And there you have it. You've got your black, white, and green and wood that's here all year. And now we've just added the yellow and orange.
Such great tips, and I love that Amity asked, can I put my Emmy here? Lucky Home is full of great finds and ideas to style your shelves. Located in Issaquah's Gilman Village, they are ready to help you free of charge with any design needs.